Join us as today we'll be delving into the controversial issue of sectarianism. Is it a concept only limited to Pakistan, or does it exist within the UK in the Pakistani community? 50,000 people have taken to the streets in Karachi in a mass sit-in. These were the words of a blogger who wrote this incident, which was not reported by one single media station. 50,000 people came out to the streets to demand their rights in a country which was set for acceptance, openness and justice. What has come to the state of Pakistan?
As a member of the diaspora, I am blessed enough to go to Pakistan almost yearly, and the situation there on the ground is quite bad. I usually visit Karachi, most of my family lives in Karachi, and human rights, forget about human rights, or just talk about the idea of having a respect for human life, and it's not there, to be frank with you.
Why is that respect for human life absent in Pakistan?
I mean, there's a lot of, this discussion can't even come close to figuring out the reason for all the endemic situations that are plaguing Pakistan, but there's a lot of reasons for that, and mainly I would say for me it's class disparity, and it's also the fact that when people don't have food, they don't have education, they will cling to religion, which isn't a necessarily bad thing, but then they will start, people in positions of power in that religion will start abusing their power in order for their own authority.
Everybody knows in Pakistan, the Shia community is a minority, and when there's and even when you look at the whole, even before you look at Shias and Sunnis, you look at the whole, binary formation, male, female, or just whenever there's two groups, the more dominant group tries to enforce their powers on the smaller group to create self-worth within themselves. And I think the Shia community, they are being scapegoated, and because they are the minority, people are standing up and they are saying, you are to blame or you are wrong. And I think if we have to look at this from a larger perspective, we need to see why is there so much discontent in Pakistan, and where is this coming from? And only then can we truly address the bigger issue of this sectarianism, and why is there so much fighting? It's a typical example of divide and conquer. As in, there's so much happening in Pakistan, so many divisions that Pakistan can never progress because there's no unity.
I think we've got an issue on the unity of Pakistan. It becomes a united country basically in 46, 47 on a very short time scale. Before that it's part of Hindustan, and suddenly it's a state, and in the euphoria of statehood a unity is formed, but it's a fragile unity. As the problems have mounted, those internal divisions have become broader. You hear people saying things about people in the territories, and people of Karachi are different to people in Islamabad, and Lahore speak nicer. All these basically tribal and racial divisions. And the other thing we have to remember is that within the Pakistan community there are several races or distinct peoples, notably of late the Hazara, many of whom are Shia, but physically very different to the Pathans and the Northern Indian types. So religion and racial type are very closely interlinked, and also which village you come from. And this would be true in Bangladesh as well, that village and your branch of religion are linked. To blame, as Brother was saying, we blame our problems and scapegoat, and then to justify the scapegoating, we invent meta-histories and fantastic stories about how bad the other is, like the blood guilt that was levied by the Nazis against the Jews.
I think it's a lack of education. The most fundamental thing is a lack of education. You cannot declare war or kill people based on, them being of a different, sect of Islam. Forget religion. You can't even do that Islamically with someone from a different race, or, it's tribalism. It's going back to tribalism again.